Grandma and Grandpa Schubert bought a tavern on Milwaukee near Ohio Street.
Right.
No, we want to get this all down so we can trace it back.
They're talking about this. He had this one dog and an Irish setter,
Nellen Sport, wasn't it?
and he had a coon, not a nigger.
No.
And I remember
Grandma Schubert was worried that the coon was going to break the glass behind the bar.
And well, no, as Grandpa Schubert says, you're supposed to be close friends. Get him. I guess the Irish setter. And then I remember Grandpa Schubert, our grandpa, complaining when Grandma Schubert washed his hunting jacket. You know, that big thing was that more blood you had in your hunting jacket, the bigger the hunter you were. And Grandma Schubert, as cool as she was, she washed it out one time and she almost got killed because of it. She got all the blood stains out, so he was no more of a hunter then. That is from Grandma Schubert. Was a barber.
Yeah.
And now
how do you remember him being a barber? You ain't much.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, I know he was a barber because
but I mean, you don't remember the barber shop, huh?
No.
I remember the barber shop.
Dad showed me one day we come down
Chicago Avenue.
No, we're on, not Chicago, we're on some Grand Street or whatever. I can't remember whatever street. He said that's where
the barber shop.
Grandpa Street.
There was an explosion in the barber shop too, because
A hot water tank was supposed to went one time. See now, boy, it's off his back.
Look at them.
Cut her off now.
Now go get your shot.
Now listen.
All right, now you want to know
Everything you say is going to be on tape, so we can keep it.
Laverne go? Right here. Laverne come over with the white paper.
You mean what you're going to do now?
Yeah, Freddie's got the tape. Everything we asked, and now he's going to be on tape.
I don't know.
So we got to remember what you said. My sister Dorothy and Laverne.
Well, Laverne's here.
There were 3 Herman Whitenhafers, and the oldest Herman Whitenhafer was Grandma Schubert's older brother, and like much older than her. So when he had a son, he was like Grandma Schubert's age, so that her uncle was really almost like her brother's. You know what I'm trying to say? Then the third Whitenhafer was Hermie Whitenhafer and Irene Whitenhafer. Remember them? Huh? Rampenthal, right.
What's the name?
Rampenthal.
Irene married a Rampenthal. But there were originally 3.
Whatever happened to Irene?
Uncle Alice said she's still alive. She's back with her first husband.
Don't remember the white neighbor?
What was her name? Rampenthal.
Well, that was her second.
And what about that guy Bright?
That's Hermie Whitenhafer.
Where do the Ossex come in?
Went by the name Bright? Herman Whitenhafer?
Essex?
Yeah.
That's Grandpa Schubert. Tante Anna Ossip was Grandpa Schubert's sister. Her maiden name was Schubert. She was Anna Schubert.
So that Herman Wright was really a Whitenhafer?
His name was
changed his name.
changed his name to Jack Wright.
Yeah.
He was a wheeler and dealer, but school didn't have any credentials. He had to leave. But see, then Ivadel, who was, her mother was Ossip.
You remember more of that stuff than I do.
Yeah.
I remember.
Well, because Dorothy, we realized that there were 300.
When you get down to nitty gritty, he'll know. What we wanted to do, Dad, was get back to the tavern on Milwaukee
of like
Grandma and Grandpa had.
sisters. And I think there were like 5.
They wanted to know when you did.
No,
they didn't.
They did. Where did you learn all this?
And then Ivadel.
No, Laverne knows so much more about the Eisenhowers, yeah. Whitenhafers or whatever, you know.
Well, I read. You know, Freddie, ask him what you told me about your mother.
Oh, yeah.
Dick Ossick was your cousin, right?
Yeah, you were someone
Dick Ossick
Yeah.
was your cousin.
Now, wait a while, Dan. We want to get this one straight now. Freddie's going to ask you something.
Uncle Otto? Grandma Schubert, your mother,
wasn't her sister my mother's stepmother?
Well, there's some relation.
She was Grandma Schubert's sister?
Yeah, I can't answer.
But there is something.
There was a relationship there someplace.
Oh, sure. What was the question, President?
My mother's stepmother was Grandma Schubert's sister.
Stepmother.
Was Grandma Schubert's sister. Her dad's father's sister.
I don't know. Oh, what a mixed up family. Your mother.
What was the relationship?
And I don't think I know. But I know that that's how the father met your mother.
Yes, that's right.
See?
Because she always talked about a stepbrother that I never met.
Well, then we ought to be nutty then. All right. You heard that before, right? Stepmother.
My mother's Barbara Schubert's stepmother was Grandma Schubert's sister. Is that right?
But I don't think so.
No?
Don't say that, Bill.
But I don't think Grandma Schubert had a sister. I don't even know what that was.
Related to Grandma.
Dad, when Dad was baptized, he had two godfathers, Herman and Henry.
Sister to his wife, not a...
Because when I went down in the service to enlist, I always assumed Dad's middle name was Herbert because it was just H. And Dad came down with a few drinks, and he really put the whole enlistment office in an uproar because he said, I don't remember if I was baptized Herman Henry or Henry Herman. I said, Dad, you mean you had two godfathers? He said, yes.
Well, I have two godmothers.
And they were both Weidenhafers, I thought.
I always thought my middle name was Edwin. And here it's Otto.
So what?
And don't be surprised. I didn't know until after our mom passed away that I was christened Jack Anton Otto Schubert. I was christened that way. I got hung up with Otto too. I never knew it until my mom passed away. Then we started going through the
Edward. Rich, all my life I've been Edwin Fred, right? Schubert. So when the first time I went to get a passport, they said, bring your birth certificate. I didn't have a birth certificate, so I went down to get my birth certificate. You know what my birth certificate says? Edwin Richard. So I had to get that straightened out before I could get a passport.
There's no more Ottos around here.
That's right.
Otto.
That's right.
Richard Otto, Jack
I
Otto.
didn't know that your father was.
Boy, you really hung one on us, baby.
Yeah,
He got hung up with Otto Godfrey. What did your father have against you? Otto Godfrey.
And then when they came home, Grandma says, and Fred wasn't godfather for anybody, so they should make Fred my godfather. That's how it got changed.
My dad's your godfather? What son of a gun?
And Kitty and my father's sister. My godmother. My name is Roberta Gustafson. I have two middle names.
When my birth certificate says Edwin
I'd like to
Richard,
find out where the Weidenhafers fit in.
okay? But then, when I wanted to go get a passport, I told all my life, I said Edwin Fred is my name, right? Because that's the way my baptism record is.
Edwin Fred?
Yeah, Fred, just Fred. So the thing was, when they came home from at the hospital, they had to give them my name. And they said Edwin Richard. They had planned that Richard would be like my godfather. Because our middle names were usually our godfathers. So then Grandma Schubert says, no, Richard is already godfather for some or what. Fred hadn't been
Uncle
godfather.
Richard was dead.
Or he was
Uncle Richard
not
dead.
then, though.
Oh yeah, when you were born.
What was his wife's name?
Well, anyhow.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what was her name?
I don't know.
Wait.
But then they decided, well, make it Fred. She'd be my godfather.
Marie,
She
that's
was my
right.
godfather.
What was her first name?
That's what I thought.
Marie.
Marie.
Marie, that's it.
And then they changed it. So I was baptized Edwin Fred. And all my life I've gone Edwin Fred. All my records are Edwin Fred. Until I went to get my passport.
Your mother was my godmother.
I had to get a copy of my birth certificate, and my birth certificate said Edwin Richard.
Yeah, right.
So I had to get that straight.
My father was free, Jack.
Freddie's keeping it.
Well, we live up north.
Tomorrow it's going to be played back to you.
My father
Here's your shot.
and like Jack would say,
What you got?
they could have fun with them, but then they always remembered just how far they would still be up.
Harold has got
I can remember once.
Harold has got Otto too?
Yeah.
And Lydia, my
But I don't know who's got it.
Harold.
Edward would come and stay with me.
Harold is Dad's
So
got.
quiet and efficient, you couldn't imagine what they would do. It was my father sitting and then with the curler knife. So, curler, my father's there, my father's there.
Uncle Franz.
Yeah, for her.
And I don't know who his godmother is. But the only reason I know is by their middle names. You know, if it's Ronnie, is Ronnie Franz.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you sure stuck us with Otto, baby. Really, right.
and Warren Otto.
That's I didn't know it was Otto.
And Warren was Warren Otto.
Yeah, that's right.
When Otto, you
And Wayne was Wayne Shaw. Did you ever look in the dictionary and see what Otto meant?
No. What does it mean? Strength? I agree. I don't mean strength. I don't mean strength. That's what just what your dad said. And 93 years later.
Okay, one for you.
All right, come here. Dad, let me interrupt you 1 minute. Do you remember the time you told me a story about when your father had a tavern and he had Irish setter and a coon in a tavern, and your dad said they were supposed to be good friends, the dog and the Hoosie, right? And your dad says, go get them? And he got them, right? And he killed him, right? That's when your dad had a tavern.
That's when he had the tavern, yeah.
But originally he was a barber.
Dad, yeah.
What did Grandpa Schubert do to Grandma Schubert when she washed his hunting jacket?
Oh, that's not me.
You don't remember when he washed all the blood out of his jacket?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, you're not supposed to do that.
No. Oh, yeah. Now it's coming. He raised hell with Ma because he washed his hunting. You ain't got no blood on a hunting clothes.
You ain't no hunter, right?
You ain't no hunter. They wanted him to run for alderman over there. He was quite a politician. But he wouldn't run for alderman. And they were all after him to run for alderman. But he didn't go for it. And that was
Your father?
Yeah, my dad, yeah.
Where did they come from in Germany?
Whoever.
Do you remember?
From Germany.
Where did they come from? What town in Germany? Do you remember where they came from?
What town in Germany did Grandma...
Oh, I don't know.
What kind of a son were you, for crying? I remember where you come from. You come from Chicago.
That's right.
All I wanted to do is to go hunting and go fishing and have my pigeons.
Did your mother and father get married here or over in Germany? Jesus Christ, let me ask you.
Come on, hit me on the head.
Boing, boing. Well, gee, you should remember that, for Christ's sake. It's only a couple of years ago. You're on tape now. Everything you say is going to be held against you. Tomorrow it'll be on TV.
I ain't telling no lie.
Well, you don't know it, right?
How the hell do I know?
I can remember Grandma Schubert saying, when you go over on the boat, if you didn't like the soup, you turn your spoon upside down and ate it. Yeah, but she was
They
a
must have come over
waitress.
together then. You think they come over together?
I never was home enough.
Well, you were a little boy, didn't your father and mother tell you that trip coming over? About the birds of the bees for crying out?
Yeah, one thing I remember, all the girls used to, Ma used to come out and tell the girls, go away, go away. They were all looking for Otto.
My son gave me
Otto! They were looking for Otto.
My age is so great, Steve.
I get a red
Turn it on. It's terrible.
My mother thinks there's something maybe would happen, you know.
Keep talking, Dad. You're on TV now. Don't stop. Tell the truth now. This is it. Freddie's got the tape. Go right in front of you.
It's a no-brainer.
Oh, we want to know more about it.
My brain.
No lies.
Just a couple.
What?
Come on, keep talking about Grandma and Grandpa.
Nothing but self.
And you don't know if they got married here or over in the old country.
No, I don't know that.
I have that.
I suppose one of them.
Everything is a self-contained class and it's a no-brainer.
Who kids are that old, that age? Can remember
That's it.
or even think about it.
Oh, you're the only one left we can talk to about it.
What is he doing?
No, we're trying to go back to family tree. Where was Grandma and Grandpa born, etc. You don't know their hometown, right?
Then I'm in for another quarter.
You don't remember?
I remember Birmingham.
Big village.
Yeah, he had to be a cousin of you or something, right?
Herman's father was Ma's brother. Herman White.
Your mother's brother.
My mother's brother, right. Herman's father. Herman White.
So Herman Wright, the one you read, was a nephew of Graham.
Her father was engaged to Jenny Van Dyke, and she died almost before they were going to be married. But I know that was her name, Jenny Van Dyke.
Jenny Van Dyke.
But other than that, there's not that much that I know. And the lady across the next door, her name was Kornmesser. She was as German as they could come. I'd ask my mother, she didn't know I'd go next door by Mrs. Kornmesser. She wouldn't know I'd go upstairs to Aunt Kitty, she knew. She was the whole office in the German Lodge, your mother. Mother? Yeah. The Gegenseite Unterstützungsverein.
She's on the sick committee.
She was her old officer. And then all the men, they all belong to the Gegenseite Unterstützungsverein. Don't ask me what it means. Club, I
They used to send me to sick people. And all they talked was German, and I sit there and shake my head. And they look at me funny, I take my head this way.
Yeah, but she knew all kinds of German.
To live with Grandma, she had to.
Yeah, well, sure, she learned it all. But then our grandma didn't like to talk German. That's why none of us can talk much German. Because grandma didn't want to talk it. She wanted to talk English.
But when I was small, when my parents didn't want me to understand, they spoke German.
Yeah,
So Dad had to learn German from Grandpa someplace.
yeah, but us young kids didn't learn it.
No.
But Grandma Schubert never wanted to talk German. She wanted to get more proficient in English. So it's a gay life if you know when to weaken.
Want to stop it and the light goes out when
Oh, there it goes.
When the light's on, it's recording.
Okay. When does it stop?
Well, you can stop it by pushing that. You're on. Just talking to the mic.
Oh, I'm Dorothy Schubert Hochfeld, born September 4th, 1914. Everybody's figuring out. My father is Otto Schubert.
My mother is.
My mother was Catherine King Schubert.
You want to list your children?
Oh, I have 3 kids: Karen, Gannon, Gunnar Hochfeld, Peter Hochfeld.
And your husband?
Oh, my husband Gunnar. I'll now pass on to Harriet.
It's going in here, over here. It's going this way.
Oh, lefty.
I don't call them.
I'm Ralph Brackmeyer. My father was Raymond Brackmeyer. His mother was Anna Schubert Brackmeyer. I have 2 children, Amy and John.
Who are you married to?
I'm married to my wife, Judy. It was convenient.
You forgot the end, unfortunately.
I'm Carolyn Brackmeyer. I'm sitting between Ralph Brackmeyer and his brother, Jerry Brackmeyer, and I'm married to Jerry. We have 2 boys, Chad and Todd.
The operation. Pass.
Pass. Jerry just passed. He's shy today. Fifth Amendment. But Carolyn said enough for him.
You have to tell when you're born. How do they know when you're even born?
I was born
1837.
April 5th, 1947. I'm married to Ralph Brackmeyer.
When was he born?
He was born April 22nd, 1946. He's real old. We share a daughter, Amy, who will be 9 in a few days, and Jonathan, who is 5½.
Pass it back to my older brother.
I will now pass it back to Jerry Brackmeyer. See if he has anything to say.
He doesn't. Jerry Brackmeyer, born August 23rd, 1941. I'll pass now.
Todd, you want to talk?
We almost ended. What did you say?
Birthday.
Todd, sit right. You tell who you are.
Say your name and your birthday. I don't remember. Go ahead. I don't remember.
What? Your birthday or your name?
We forget your birthday.
We did that already.
Should I just go?
No, she didn't.
I'm Laura Schubert, and my father is Edwin Schubert, and I'm born October 21st, 1964.
That was Ray's birthday, October 21st.
What am I talking to? I'm Irene Schubert, married to Edwin Schubert. My daughters are Lynn, Ellen, and Laura. Ed and I were married September 22nd, 1951.
I hope that's the right day.
Hear you?
Nina, you've already heard most of this from my 2 crazy sons. I'm Harriet Brackmeyer. Was married to Raymond Brackmeyer. And I have 2 boys, Ralph and Jerry. That's it.
Raymond
Raymond.
was son of Anna.
Todd?
Oh, my mother-in-law was Anna Schubert, Brackmeyer. What else?
When was Ray born?
Ray was born, in October 21st, 1908. Well, you went That's it. Oh, Raymond died in 1972.
Get the other table over there. Okay.
All right.
Just talk.
My name is Laverne Boone Hannesen, and I was born September 25th, 1917. My husband was Norman Hannesen, and we have two daughters, Marlo, 34, and Darlene, 32, and a granddaughter that's 19 months. And this has been one happy occasion.
I'm Ed Wallenfeld. I was born September 21st, 1916. I'm married to a wonderful lady called Dorothy. My daughter just passed away, and I'm having a wonderful time here at this reunion that brings the whole Schubert clan together.
My name is Dorothy Wallenfeld. I was born July 20th, 1918, and I'm so happy to be a member of the Schubert family.
Tell about your children. Tell about your children.
Come on, Nona.
What are we talking to this? My name is Nona Schubert. We have 3 children, Paul, Pamela, and Philip Schubert. I'm married to Harold Schubert, and it's wonderful getting together.
Too bad for you.
Yeah, I got to tell about Robert.
Tell about Robert.
Harold Hunt. And I have a grandchild, Robert Harold Hunt.
Where's the speaker on here anyway? Over here? Okay. Turn around.
Say that my mother's name is Schubert.
Oh, okay. I'm Norm Hannesen, Laverne's husband, and she forgot to mention that her mother's name was Edith Gould, and Edward Wallenfeld forgot to mention that his mother's name was Lydia Wallenfeld, right.
And your name is Norm.
Yeah, my name is Norm, and I was born the 17th of May, 1919, and this has been one great occasion. Loved every minute of it.
Where are you talking?
I think I talked into the wrong spot myself.
My name is Gunnar Oakfeld. I'm the king of the castle. 70 years old.
Swedish McCaffers.
Swedish. Good looking.
A lot of beer.
Looking for a young one that can kick real high. 10 South Freeman Road, Barrington.
This is Harold Schubert, and I can testify to everything that Gunnar just said is absolutely true. He is one of those guys with a strange look in his eye. Outside of that, I enjoy my family. And I was born October 2nd, 1928. And I'm pleased to be here with all of you. Thank you. Here you go.
Next table. Ready?
Very good.
Ready?
Yeah, the rampant.
At the presser, just keep talking. Just keep talking, right here, right into there. Jack Schubert.
When you were born?
Oh boy, cousin of Frederick. Born December 23rd, 1921. Wow. Number 1 son, best fisherman in the whole outfit. Favorite sons of Uncle Fred and Otto. And now I'm going to shoot Otto Schubert. And now you got to say, your name, date you were born, in here, Dad. No, this is, they got the thing here. This is for, it's on a recording. It's a recording. You say, name, Otto Schubert.
My name is Otto Schubert.
Born.
Born 1892.
What was the date?
The date was the 25th of October.
Right.
And how many children did you have, Uncle Otto?
I had 7. 8 I had, but 1 died.
Bring me a minute, you can hear this.
Okay. Good. Beautiful. Now it's Booth's turn. You're the granddaddy of them all. Okay.
As long as the light's on, it's running.
The light's on, it's running?
I got it for you.
Yeah, I'm Gunner, Gunner Jr.
You remember that? Two and number, they sat out and jumped up to that
Remember when you and I used to go over the Uncle Fred once in a while, when you lived in Potomac?
The generals are there.
I drove about maybe 20 years ago, what it was, 15 years ago. Uncle Fred and Barbara lived on Potomac. Once every 3 or 4 months, on a Sunday morning, I go to Uncle Fred, right?
Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their party. I just want you to tell me, where's the first place you remember living? What's your first address, or the first...
I don't know. That's over on Ashland Avenue in Iowa.
Ashland Avenue in Iowa.
By the Wells School.
And Ashland Avenue is where? About
1600 West.
Huron, that's...
Iowa is, well, in them days it was different. Now Iowa Street is, let's see, Chicago Avenue 700, 7, 8. It's really, it comes in between Augusta and Chicago Avenue, Iowa. The Rice Streets don't go through.
Do you know if all the children were born there?
No, I don't know how many was born there. I know I was born there. I'm pretty sure I was born there. I'm not sure where I was born.
Do you remember Grandma and Grandpa talking about any place else they lived?
Yeah, they lived at, they had a tavern on Milwaukee Avenue and in Huron by the Schindler Theater.
Grandpa did?
Sure.
Oh, I thought he only had a barber shop.
Oh, no. First, I guess a fellow by the name of Greener had the tavern there. And he sold it to Dad, I guess. And I remember Ma saying she'd sit on the back steps sometimes, and when they had the window open by Schindler's Theater, she could look right through and watch the show, and watch the movie in there.
Do you know when that was, about?
No, I have no idea.
It was before. You were born when?
1892.
And it was before that?
Could have been after. I could have still been a baby or something.
When they had the tavern?
I don't know.
How much older was Uncle Fred than you?
Gee, I don't know. I don't know how old Fred was.
Okay, who was next oldest to you?
Because then there was Fred.
He was the oldest.
And then Ann, and Eve, Lydia, Rich, me,
and Eddie.
So we got, say, figure about 3 years apart maybe. Going back from me, you know. So that could have been about 10 years.
10 years older than you?
10 years older than me.
So he might have been born around 82, 1882?
Yeah. I don't know if there's any way to look it up, if she had any records in there, you know, like when he died. Kid saved all that stuff. It's probably been one of them memorial cards in there or something when he died.
Yeah, it's maybe on the gravestone too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I never saw that. Should we call up? Call up to something.
I could drive over there.
Yeah.
Dorothy said the other day that she thought that when she was maybe in school, that Grandma was taking her lessons to become a citizen.
Who?
Grandma Schubert.
No,
No, she was a citizen.
I don't think so. No, they were citizens right away. Mom, Dad. He even wanted Dad to run for alderman one time down there.
Where?
When he had the barber shop at Chicago Avenue.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, well, it must have been something else.
Well, he had so many friends there. You know, he had about 5 or 6 barbers working for him at that time.
He had a big shop.
Yeah, he had a big shop. He'd get a shave and a haircut for a quarter. He never had a cash register.
No.
Mine used to say she'd peek in the door sometime when they're, after they'd gone home. Dad would go over to the tavern across the street. And the barbers, when they get to put on their coats, they go over and open the showcase, take out 6 cigars and put it in their pocket. They made their own change.
He trusted them all. No wonder he had so many friends.
Then the last year, you know, before we moved out of there, he didn't have so much business there, but all the old timers used to come. And all the old timers moved out of the neighborhood, and then when they'd come in, he'd give them a shave and a haircut for a quarter, so he'd take them over and buy them a drink, a glass of beer, it cost 35 cents at that time. He wasn't making no money. And they'd all come in for a haircut from, like out in Austin, or out around Crawford Avenue, where they moved out of the neighborhood.
What kind of a father was he?
Good.
Was he strict?
Oh, yeah. When he said something, he meant it.
Laverne said he was really rough on Uncle Fred.
I don't know. Maybe Fred needed it, like I did.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Huh?
You didn't tell me that.
No, I mean, if you've done something, you heard about it. And I remember Ma saying, boy, the way he'd get it Fred sometimes with a big strap, you know. He'd give it to him.
Were all the boys involved with the pigeons, flying pigeons?
Well, Rich and I flew together all the time, you know.
And Fred?
There was a partnership, Fred and Tony Tice, they were partners at one time. Then he was in partners with Charlie Lurdy.
Was he in partners with that Van Dyke, too?
Oh, no, that was years before that. They were all dead at that time already.
Where did...
Because Fred was going with that Van Dyke fellow's sister, you know.
Mm-hmm, that's what you said.
And he bought her a nice diamond ring, you know, for the wedding. And I guess about a month before they were going to get married, she died.
Just all of
So he never got married. And then the minister at the church, he seen that nice ring on, he took it off and gave it to Fred. And Fred had a stud made out, you know, to screw in your nice diamond ring, screw in your shirt. Yeah.
When you were talking to what did you tell me the other day that Irene, what was her name? Whitenhaver?
She said she found a picture of her father.
Which is grandmother's brother?
It's my mother's brother. And the picture was taken on 500 and something Chicago Avenue.
And that's where...
When they got married. So then I think maybe Mom and Dad got married here too.
When Hermie got married?
Her grandfather.
Was that 500 Chicago Avenue?
Yeah, that's where the photographer was.
The photographer.
Her wedding picture was taken there.
And you think Grandma and Grandpa got married there too?
Well, that I don't know. I guess to tell no lies on the witness stand. It'd be held against me, you know.
You'd always say, I think.
And then we moved from there, and I moved, I guess, to Ewan Street.
From Ashland Avenue?
Yeah, no, it must have been from Ashland Avenue. Because down by the theater on Milwaukee Avenue where he had the saloon, I don't know nothing about that.
So you moved to Huron and what?
Between Roby and Lincoln. That's Damon and Walcott now.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, they moved over on Chicago Avenue, where he had the barber shop. And then from there, we moved over by Paul Parent's house on Rice Street,
On Rice, that's,
between Damon and Hoyne.
and that's north of
That's
Chicago
it.
Avenue? Rice?
Rice was 1 block north of Chicago Avenue. And then from there we moved out to Oakland, Chicago Avenue, by Coles, in the 3-story brick house up there. Coles owned the place. From there, and then Ma bought that house out in Austin.
On Leamington.
Yeah.
Where did you and Ma live when you first got married?
We lived over on Oakley Boulevard and Yorn, between Yorn and Erie.
How'd you meet Ma?
At a dance, Shane Hoffin's Hall, I think it was.
Which one?
Shane Hoffin's Hall.
Shane Hoffman?
There on Milwaukee Avenue and Ashland, I think it was. Yes.
Did you live near her at that time? Where they lived?
No. She lived at California Avenue in Congress.
By the church?
No.
Wasn't that by that church that they used to go and play bingo?
No. Could have been not too far from the church. I don't know where. No, Minnie went down to play bingo in the church, I think, on Kedzie, near Kedzie and Washington Boulevard, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, over that way. Yeah, Kings lived in a big apartment building there on Congress in California.
Did you meet all of
And
Ma's?
then they moved from there over on Congress down a little bit east of California Avenue, her folks.
Did you meet all of her brothers and sisters?
Oh, yeah. In fact, when I was working over on Grand Avenue, our brother used to come in to see me quite a bit when I was going by.
Which one?
He was a left-handed, Jack. That's the only one I met that I can think of, Jack, the left-hander, the ball player.
And she had Larry? Larry was the oldest?
Larry was the one that was missing, I think.
He ran away?
Yeah. Oh, was that Emma's husband?
Dick. Pat?
Emma's husband was
Pat, I think. Her grandpa was Pat.
Emma King?
Mm-hmm. She was married to Pat, I thought. Vera's father. Well,
Vera's father, he's the one that's missing.
No, that was Larry.
Well, then there was another one missing.
Oh.
I don't know. I never met them.
Well, who she had? She had Jewel and Minnie and Rose, and James, and Larry.
Jackie.
She had a brother, Jackie?
That's the left-handed ball player I was talking about. He was the youngest one of brothers, I think.
That wasn't James? Jimmy?
No, I don't know. Jackie King, that's what they call him.
And then I think there was a Patrick. And I think that's Vera's father.
That's Vera.
Yeah, that's Vera or Emma.
He went to work one morning, never came home. They could never found him, or what happened to him, or where he went, or what.
And they never found what happened to Larry.
As far as I know.
Irene said too that she thought that her grandfather said they came from Bavaria.
Yeah, he came from Bavaria.
Did she know about when he came to the United States?
No, she didn't know. I don't imagine they were here too long before they got married.
Yeah, when they got married?
Don't know that either.
And Grandma and Grandpa got married in Chicago?
That's only a guess.
Schubert? Yeah.
That's only a guess. I don't know. Jake probably was married in Germany. I don't know.
Laverne didn't know either.
No way to tell her, you know.
Yeah, she didn't know either.
If Fred or Eve or someone was, yeah.
You know, and Edith said she
Because
didn't.
Mom and was here, I remember my grandmother.
Your grandmother Schubert?
Yeah.
Or they came over here too then? Grandma and Grandpa?
No, they were here. I remember when Mom then sent for her when she came over because she lived with us.
When was this about?
It was up when we lived in We were living over on your street at that time.
About how old were you?
Oh, maybe 6, 7 years old.
So around 1900? 1899, 1900?
Something like that. I know I was young.
What were their names?
Oh, you're really asking me something. How do I know that stuff? I don't.
No, you just...
I was never interested in that.
You just remembered. I never even heard that my great-grandma and grandfather ever came over here.
Not my
But they were all...
grandfather was the mother, the grandmother. The father, I don't know, he maybe was dead.
Your grandmother.
But she was 80 years old when she came here. In the 80s, I think 83 years old.
When she came?
Yeah. She was only here a short time when she died. She was up here, so my mother's father probably died over in Germany.
Do you know where she was buried?
I think maybe in Waldheim Cemetery. That's where they used to go years ago, you know. Everybody went to Waldheim.
Is that on the south side?
No, way north.
Way
I
north?
forgot on Clark Street someplace.
On Clark Street. So there would be a record of
And then we bought these lots. Oh, wait a minute. No. She's buried in, I'm pretty sure she's buried over miles, just over by the Whitenhapers.
Now
There would be Whitenhaper there.
So she isn't Schubert, she's Whitenhaver.
There's Whitenhaper.
Your mother's mother.
My mother's mother. The Whitenhaper. Yeah, she's buried over there in Elmwood.
In Elmwood?
I remember now, we go by the Whitenhapers. That's the grandma.
So would have her name on there?
Whitenhaper, yeah.
They usually have the first and last name.
Whitenhaper. Hammond Whitenhaper.
And you think then she died just a couple of years after she came to the United States from where?
When I go to the cemetery, sometimes I think I'm at Dorothy and mark it all down. I'm pretty sure she's buried now that I come to think of it. Over there, she's buried on Mr. Herman Whitenhaper's lot there. I'm pretty sure.
Did your mother just have the one brother, Herman?
As far as I know.
How about Grandpa? Did he have any brothers and sisters?
Never had no brothers and sisters.
He said he was an only child.
Well, I don't know if he's the only child or he's the only one that was here. He didn't have no relation.
He might have had some over in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
Did he ever say where he came from in Germany? Did he ever talk about any places over there?
Well, he was strong for the Schwabens, so I don't know where they come from.
There was the...
The Schwaben. And kommen die Stolze von Hosen. Is there a place like Franzhosen?
Probably.
Something like that.
There's Holstein, I know. Oh, that's over by Holland.
You should have took that up with Eve or someone.
She always said no. She said she didn't remember anything about that.
Either, huh?
But we never did this. We never just sat down for a long time.
Yeah. Well, if Ma was living, she knew more about that stuff than I did.
Well, she told me a lot of stuff.
She could remember, you know.
Do you know if...
She had a good memory.
Do you know if your grandmother ever became a citizen? Or do you think maybe...
I don't think so. She wasn't here that long, I don't think. As far as I can remember.
Just came over as a visitor on a visa.
No, I think maybe her husband was dead, and I suppose she was alone over there, and she came over here. If I'm not mistaken, she stayed with Uncle Herman first for a little while. I know she was staying by her. I just remember her slightly. Did you ever find out where the Kings come from? Patrick?
Patrick came from County Armagh.
Well, you found that out.
Got that from Ma. When we came that one time and she and Aunt Jewel were here.
Oh.
And we were sitting out here in the kitchen and Melody was here and we started talking and she said, County Armagh. And that Grandma King came from Scranton, Pennsylvania, but then her,
Oh, I remember
it was
talking
either
about
her mother or her
Pennsylvania.
father came from County Mayo
Oh,
in Ireland.
you got that, Chris?